Good morning. May I have your name, please?
Ravon Withers.
All right, Mr. Withers will be with you in one moment.
Yes, sir.
Attorney Dupree, you need a breakout room, Mr. Withers?
No, Your Honor, that shouldn't be necessary.
Okay. Mr. Withers will be with you momentarily once Mr. Prosecutor returns.
Okay.
Attorney Decker? Is Withers yours?
Withers.
Good morning, deputy. Good morning there at the jail. May I have your name, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. I got Mr. Lorenzo Wright for you.
All
Yes,
right.
Withers is mine.
All right, thank you. Thank you both. Attorney Roberts, you need to speak with Mr. Wright.
Please, Your Honor.
All right, you all click join there at the jail.
Thank you.
All right, let's do Withers if the people are ready on that. All right, so the court calls the people versus Ravon Withers. Is case number 230-445. 8401 matters docketed for a pretrial conference on today. Appearances, please, starting with the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Matthew Dupree, P80132, attorney for the defendant. Mr. Withers, would you state your name, please?
Ravon Jamel Withers.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Prosecutor, sir, what is the people's pleasure in this case at this time?
According to the notes, Your Honor, it looks as though the complaining witness doesn't want to go forward with the case, so the people don't feel comfortable going forward with the case at this time.
All right, Attorney Dupree.
We'd move to dismiss, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court's going to grant that motion on today. Court is going to dismiss this matter without prejudice. Court noting that the people have indicated that the complaining witness at this time does not wish to further prosecute this matter. Matter is dismissed. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Dupree.
No, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Attorney Dupree, have a good day. You too, Mr. Willis. Be well.
Thank you.
You did get an opportunity to speak with Ms. Anderson, Attorney Decker.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Hi, I have.
Then we'll be with you in a moment.
Okay.
Good morning. May I have your name, please?
You talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Kanisha Pitts.
How may I help you today, ma'am?
I had an appointment at 9 with Judge Garrett. It took me a minute to log on because I don't have any Wi-Fi. So,
Is this a traffic matter, ma'am?
no, it is not. It's supposed to be. What does it say on here? Join my trial. Proceeding says my trial.
Okay. You're in the wrong courtroom, ma'am. You need to be in courtroom 437 before Judge Ruth and Garrett.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, you said it was what?
437.
437. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we also have Arthur Brown in the hallway.
All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts, are you ready on Richardson?
Excuse me, sir?
Is he here, Your Honor?
No, not to my understanding. Okay,
we're ready.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the People versus Sebastian Richardson's case number 230-446-7501. Excuse me. Matter is set for a pretrial conference on today. Appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the People.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Ianca Roberts on behalf of Mr. Richardson. I have no explanation for his absence.
All right, thank you. Court notes, I do have the list of complaining witness in this matter present, ma'am. Your name, please, ma'am.
Tanika Anderson.
All right, thank you. Ms. Prosecutor, what is your pleasure?
Good, Your Honor, based on the conversation I just had with Ms. Anderson in the breakout room, she's extremely uncomfortable moving forward. I understand why. I don't want to elaborate on that. But at the current time, I don't think it's a good idea for the people to move forward with the current case because of what Ms. Anderson told me in the breakout room.
Okay. And Ms. Anderson, you understand that the people are unlikely to be able to prosecute in this matter without your participation? You have to unmute your device so I can hear you.
Yes.
And you are not going to participate in this matter, correct?
No.
And you made that decision voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently?
Yes, I did.
No one has promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to do so?
No.
You're doing so on your own free will.
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, I will move for dismissal of the case and respectfully ask you to also sign an order for Michigan State Police to destroy the arrest record, biometric data, any DNA if applicable, and remove the lien entry.
Objection, Mr. Prosecutor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, court will sign that order on today. Matter is dismissed. Court hearing from the complainant, Ms. Tanika Anderson, has indicated she does not wish to further prosecute. The people indicating at this time they're unable to proceed without her participation. Matter is dismissed. Dismissal again is without prejudice. Anything further from either attorney?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Ms. Anderson, thank you for joining us this morning. Have a good day and be well.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Are we ready on Mr. Wright? Oh, we need probation for Mr. Wright, as a matter of fact. Let's, Madam Clerk, if you don't mind reaching out to probation for Mr. Lorenzo Wright. Mr. Wright will be with you momentarily.
Okay.
Are the people ready on Holloway? Or is that Attorney Cole? Let me make sure here.
Give me a second, Your Honor.
No, should be a DV case.
You say for Anthony Holloway?
Yes, sir.
This is the final pretrial.
If you need a moment, that's fine. Attorney Roberts, who else did you say was in the hallway?
Arthur Brown, Your Honor.
Okay. So if the people are ready on Brown, we can do that one, or else we'll just sit tight for a moment.
Yes, I am on Brown. And yeah, I think we're ready to go forward on it.
Go in the courtroom, Your Honor.
What?
I was just indicating the court, I'm gonna go into the courtroom with my client.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm here. Come on. Yeah. I'll wait to the other courtroom then.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the People versus Arthur Brown's case number 210-441-2401. Matters before the court today for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
Thank you.
Arthur Roberts, appearing on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, can you state your name?
Arthur Brown.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Prosecutor, sir, what is your pleasure in this case at this time?
The people are unable to continue. The completing witness does not wish to move forward with the case.
All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, we move for dismissal of the case and respectfully ask that you also sign an order for Michigan State Police to destroy the arrest record, biometric data, any DNA applicable, and remove the lien entry.
Any objection? Attorney Decker, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court will sign that order once it's provided. As this court is dismissing this matter on today, dismissal is without prejudice. People indicating that they are unable to proceed as the complaining witnesses, unwilling to participate with prosecution in this matter. Matters is going today. Anything further from either attorney?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Brown, have a good day and be well. Matters dismissed.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. How may I help you? Officer Boone? Good morning. How may I help you?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine.
I'm here for Lindell Price.
Is that a traffic matter?
Yes.
All right, you're in the wrong courtroom. You need to be in courtroom 437 before Judge Ruth and Garrett. Courtroom 437.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. Have your name, please.
Alexander Morris.
All right, thank you, Mr. Morris. We'll be with you momentarily.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Prosecutor, are you ready on Holloway?
Yes.
All right.
Sir, you can step on the podium right here, please.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the People versus Anthony Holloway. This is case number 160-463-0901. Matters before the court today for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the People.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amber Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Holloway. Mr. Holloway, can you state your name?
Anthony Montez Holloway.
All right, thank you all. And Mr. Prosecutor, sir, what is the people's pleasure at this time?
I can say right now that the complaining witness has not appeared for today. They were aware that this was happening today, and they were aware that they needed to show up today, or else the case might be dismissed. That's what it says on the notes. That's what's happening.
Okay, Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, we move for dismissal in absence of the complainant and respectfully ask you to sign order for Michigan State Police to destroy the arrest record, biometric data, DNA if applicable, and remove the lien entry.
All right, thank you. Any response from the people?
No response, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. The court's going to, at this time, grant the defendant's motion. Court's going to dismiss this matter on today without prejudice. Court noting that the complaining witness is not present. Court further noting that this matter is an older matter stemming from an alleged offense date of November 19th, 2016. Court noting that this matter being docketed for a final pretrial on today at 9 a.m. It now being 9:46 a.m. by the court's clock. Matter is going to be dismissed without prejudice, and the court will sign any order for destruction of any biometric data or removal of a lien entry in 1 month's time, and that'll be on June the 30th, 2023. But matter is dismissed on today. Anything further from either attorney?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Holloway, have a good day and be well. Matter is dismissed.
Just put the other part. Okay, we good. Anything on this?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Attorney Roberts, you ready on Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Are you on that matter, Officer Palmer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so the court calls the People versus Lorenzo Lee Wright, case number 180-457-2201. Matters before the court today for a probation review. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution? Strike that, starting with the probation department. I'm sorry.
Good morning, Your Honor. Derek Firm on behalf of probation.
Excuse me, sir. I had already explained everything about my
Stop, Mr. Wright. Wait a minute, we gotta do this procedurally correct, okay? You'll get an opportunity to speak, but we gotta introduce ourselves first, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just hang tight. Your Honor, good morning. For the record, Edra Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, can you now state just your name for right now?
Lorenzo Lee Wright.
Thank you.
All right, you all, and Officer Farmer, is there a report from probation as it relates to this matter?
Your Honor, it looked like the last time we was before the court was in 2019. The defendant was to complete 63 hours of the work program in lieu of paying the $681. We never got a completion report of that. Subsequently, after that, it went into warrant status, Your Honor. It does look like the defendant is reporting from the Wayne County Jail. Because upon the lien check, it does shows that since he was on probation, he has picked up 2 new cases. Looks like one for felon in possession and another for stalking.
Attorney Roberts, you have anything?
Yes, Your Honor, I just need some clarity because this is a non-public matter, so I can't access the register of actions. But is what Officer Farmer saying he was supposed to do work program and then the case was dismissed?
A second.
Thank you. No, he's on there. Well, he's non-public.
Leave for sentencing.
Let me check to see if they can see.
All right, so I'm taking a peek here
Thank you.
at the information that the court has. There was a plea taken back on October 25th of 2018. There was sentencing held on December 6th of 2018. There were $1,080 in fines, costs, and fees assessed. The probation order was entered under MCL 7694A. Mr. Wright was placed on that probation for a period of 12 months. Was ordered to complete batter's counseling, complete 3 days of community service, to pay any and all outstanding tickets, participate in adult education, and to submit himself to random drug urinalysis. There was a review held docketed rather for February 19th, 2019, and a further review date for the 13th of March. I'm sorry, the 11th of March. And at that which point the defendant, Mr. Wright, failed to appear. A warrant was issued for his arrest then. And further review was held after that warrant was recalled on the 30th of April 2019. There were some payments made on the case, and a additional review was set for August 16th, 2019. On that day, the court converted the outstanding fines, costs, and fees to 63 hours of the work program. And as Officer Farmer stated, it went in capia status after that. And so that's what brings us here to today. At no point was there a waiver of all the other terms and conditions of probation, but there was work program ordered in lieu of any outstanding balance. And so that's where we are as it relates to this matter, Attorney Roberts.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Wright this morning, and what he does recall about this matter is paying like once a month for like 8 months. Unfortunately, I don't believe that the remaining conditions have been completed, other than what may have been paid by Mr. Wright based upon my conversation with him. At this point, Your Honor, I would respectfully ask, however, that you consider giving Mr. Wright an additional opportunity. He would like to complete this probation in an effort to try to get this matter off of his record if possible, or keep it off of his record if possible.
All right, thank you, Attorney. Strike that, Attorney. Officer Farmer, is there a recommendation from the probation department as it relates to this matter?
Your Honor, given the length of time, the lack of progress that happened on this case and the defendant 3 pending charges, we're going to recommend that the case be closed out without improvement and defendant be sentenced to 93 days in the Wayne County Jail.
All right, thank you. Any last words about this from you, Attorney Roberts, or Mr. Wright?
I know Mr. Wright would like to address the court, so I would ask that he be allowed to, and if I want to comment after, I'd ask the opportunity then.
Okay,
Thank you.
You can go ahead, Mr. Wright.
Okay, I want to know will I'll get out tomorrow as supposed to be, and if I get out tomorrow, I will. If I get out tomorrow, tomorrow is the day where I have to sign and for my housekeeping that I was telling her about. And the housekeeping that I was telling her about, I have to sign it tomorrow. I just said that. Okay, if I don't sign it tomorrow, I don't get my housekeeping for my cash that I have to pay to get this off my record. I definitely want to get this off my record. I'm sorry I didn't understand the past. I didn't get everything. I'm sorry I didn't get the understanding. I apologize for that. But if I get out, like I was saying, telling her about, I'm getting in the middle of these cases a little bit. And what I mean by getting in the middle, you can do what you want to do with the other case, how you look at it when I get even that one off my record. I want to take care of it like a man. But Tracy Swine, I love Tracy Swine to death. We even plan, we not married, but we plan a marriage. If you don't want me around her, I will stay from around her, but I will stay from around her until we get this thing taken care of. And that's all I have to say about that. So basically, that's my question. I want to know, am I getting out?
All right, 1 second, Mr. Wright.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I know Officer Farmer mentioned 2 matters. I have before me the one that I believe is a probable cause conference and exam for tomorrow. But the first one he mentioned, I think he said felony in possession. I'm not aware if that was actually adjudicated or not. And so what I would say is if Mr. Wright has not been convicted of anything since being placed on this probation, I would encourage the court to consider giving him another chance.
All right, Mr. Wright will be with you in 1 moment.
Thank you.
We're here for.
Pearson. Pearson.
All right, so let us go back on the record in the People versus Lorenzo Lee Wright. All right, so the court has heard from both probation as the defense counsel as well as the defendant in this case. Court notes that again, this matter was placed on probation back in 2018. It is now 2023. Court notes that probation does not have proof or any record of the defendant completing the terms and conditions of probation as ordered in this matter. The court further notes that probation was placed under MCL 7694A. Defendant having not completed probation in the time allotted, and the court seeing no good cause to continue on with probation in this matter. Court is going to revoke MCL 769. Court is going to convert any probationary sentence to a sentence of jail time. That jail time will be 93 days in the Wayne County Jail, and we will close this matter out upon completion of that jail time. Anything further from probation?
Your Honor, this also covers the case the OWVI case that he was subsequently sentenced at the same time for this as well.
Let me make sure that there is, well, that one, at least. Let me make sure it is here. What's the case number on that, Officer Farmer?
1 second, Your Honor, because it didn't pop up on my sheet. I want to say, Your Honor, because he has multiple, I want to say the one that I'm getting up is 0507-8151.
I think that's a different person.
Okay.
The birth date. So that wouldn't be this person. That the birth date I have for one of those is 1976, which wouldn't be Mr. Wright that's before us on today. And then there's another one that's a birth date of 1957, and that certainly isn't Mr. Wright that's before us on today. Birth date I have for this Mr. Wright is 1987. And so I don't think either of those are his matters.
Okay.
All right. And so we'll just close that matter out with that 93 days.
Excuse me, sir. I wanted to say something again. So basically you saying I have to get 93 days for something that I made a mistake and did for saying I would do it this time, since I got a second chance, saying I would definitely do it.
Yes, sir. Your opportunity to complete probation has elapsed. There's no more opportunity for you to complete probation. All the court is going to do at this point is order the jail time as allowed by the law in this matter, and we'll close the case out upon your completion of that jail time. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, I would just respectfully ask that the court consider, it's my understanding that when we interviewed Mr. Wright, he had indicated he was in custody since May 20th. I would ask the court to consider giving him credit for those, 10 days?
Court will give credit for any amount of time, sir.
So can I talk to Tracy Swan from jail? Because I don't want to make any mistakes, no more mistakes. I'm getting the understanding in this. So can I talk to her from jail and let her know what's going on once or even just once or twice?
The court in this case back in 2018 ordered that you have no assaultive contact with that individual. And so talking from the jail doesn't, in this court's mind, violate that, but the court will be closing this matter out with the jail time as ordered, sir.
So all I have to do is do the 93 days and everything
As
is
far
over with?
as far as this case, yes, sir. But I note that there are two other cases that you do have, sir, that aren't included in what's happening on today. All right, Attorney Roberts, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Wright, you have a good day and be well.
Okay.
Let's see.
I can't hear you.
Attorney Perlman, good morning. Attorney Decker, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, are you ready on Alexander Morris?
Yes.
Or do you need a moment to speak with defense counsel before we call it?
Yeah, I could use that, please.
All right, so Attorney Perlman, I want you to click join. You should see that right about now.
Thank you.
All right, we're ready on Morris.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the People versus Alexander Morris. It's case number 220-448-4101. Case is before the court today for a final pretrial conference. Appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P85931 for the people.
Thank you.
Morning, Judge Jeff Pearlman, P80517 on behalf of Mr. Morris.
Thank you. Mr. Morris, may I have your name, please?
Alexander Morris.
All right, thank you. Attorney Pearlman, what's your pleasure at this time?
Yes, Judge. Last court date, the court indicated that the accuser was required to appear today. She's not appeared today. Further, she indicated in her in the discovery that she didn't want to press charges. I'm asking that the court dismiss this matter at this time.
All right, 1 second on that.
Okay.
Before you respond, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Prosecutor, your response?
Your Honor, we would urge not to dismiss this matter. There is a current case, felony matter in front of the Third Circuit being handled by Mr. Tudge that Mr. Pearlman is involved in. Now, what right now is there is a global offer on the felony matter that includes the dismissal of the misdemeanor cases. But we need to have that case, we need to have that offer actually accepted by Mr. Pearlman before we would be comfortable really dismissing the case down here in the lower court. So we would ask that the court here actually give us a little bit more time, so that the offer can be either decided on by Mr. Pearlman. Now, I think that him asking to have this dismissed right now is a bit of a bit of trying to have your cake and eat it too, in my opinion, right now.
All right, any last words on that, Attorney Pearlman?
Yes, Judge. I'm not sure what that really means, but I know that the complainant was required to be here today. I've not received such offer that Mr. Decker is referring to. And again, as indicated, she did require in the discovery itself. She did indicate that she didn't want to press charges. So I would ask that this matter be dismissed.
All right, while I'm, I guess, understanding of the fact that there's another case and the people have made an offer that may include this particular case, I guess my concern and the only thing I can really deal with is how this matter that's actually before me on today is, scheduled towards proceeding. And so are the people indicating they're able to proceed in this particular matter without the assistance of the complaining witness?
Well, the complaining witness, I don't necessarily have any information that the complaining witness isn't available. I'm looking through the notes and I haven't seen anything that would indicate the complaining witness isn't available to go forward. All I have in the notes right now that I'm looking at is from Mr. Tudge saying that there is an offer that includes the dismissal of this case. So right now, I kind of feel like, it just seems like it's, and it also says the defense counsel actually should have this offer. It just seems to me like, I totally understand kind of like, doing the best you can for your client. But again, it does seem a bit like,
well, let's have a brief sidebar. All right, so let us go back on the record in the People versus Alexander Morris. Having the court having the benefit of a sidebar with counsel in this case is going to do the following. What we'll do is we'll set the matter for a trial. We'll give a trial date in this case. That'll be on November 7th, 8:30 a.m. We'll have a continued final pretrial conference on Friday, October 27th. And we'll see where we are on the 27th to move forward with our trial November 7th. The October 27th time for the continued final pretrial will be 9:45 a.m. and that will be via Zoom. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Perlin.
Will the complainant be required to appear on October 27th or to indicate whether or not the people are prepared to proceed?
The court is not going to order that the complaining witness being present. The court be present. The court hearing from the people today indicating that they are able to proceed in this particular matter and the complainant not being present on today. So that's how we'll proceed.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. Don't report.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, counsel. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. Is your client joining us this morning?
I'm not sure, Judge. I just got in. Her name is Janae Shepherd. I'm not sure if she's checked in so far.
I don't have her on.
Let me try to give her a call really fast.
Good thing.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, who's the probation officer on Bond and Brown? Good morning, sir. May I have your name, please?
Good morning, Anthony Bond.
All right, thank you. We'll be with you in a moment, Mr. Bond. Is that Farmer as well, Madam Corporate? Is that what you said? I mean, Madam Clerk, that's what you said?
Yes, it's Officer Farmer.
Okay, perfect. Good morning. May I have your name, please, sir? You have to unmute your device so I can hear you.
Jamil Brown. Sorry about that.
Mr. Brown will be with you in a moment.
All right.
Oops, typo. All right, Attorney Roberts, are you ready on Bond or Brown?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Let's do Bond first, then Brown. All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the People versus Anthony Bond, case number 220-456-6501. Matters before the court today for a probation review. Appearances, please, starting with the probation department.
Good morning, Your Honor. Derek Farmer on behalf of probation.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond, good morning. Can you state your name for the record?
Good morning, Anthony Bond.
All right, thank you. And Officer Farmer, is there a report from probation as it relates to this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bond was placed on probation roughly at the end of February. I first seen him in March. We went over the terms and conditions. He was given referrals at that time. He stated he was getting mental health counseling as well as DV through the services program that he was already through Child Protective Services. I did receive proof that he is receiving batterers intervention program, counseling through that program, as well as he did start his community service. He does still have a balance of $415 owed to the court on this case.
Okay, Attorney Roberts.
Yes, Your Honor. We did forward Officer Farmer. I forwarded him this morning something that appears to indicate that he's attending Batter's intervention program, that he had his intake on December 19, 22 and began group December 20, 2022, and that takes place once a week for 2 hours. Mr. Bond thinks that he actually may be close to completion of that. So I'm gonna advise him to follow up and get proof of exactly what he's done so far, but he thinks he's done about 26 weeks. He does still need to do the mental health evaluation and has started his community service. He hasn't paid yet, Your Honor. He indicates he doesn't have the money, but I'm hopeful that in the future he should be able to have that. So I'm just gonna ask that we continue him on at this point.
All right, thank you, Officer Farmer. Is there a recommendation from the probation department as it relates to this matter?
Your Honor, we have no objection to continuing the defendant on probation and allowing him to come into full compliance.
All right, thank you. That's what we'll do. We'll continue this matter on into our discharge date of February the 21st, 2024. And we'll see where we are then, if not sooner. Anything further from probation?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts.
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bond. You have a good day and be well. We'll see you in February, if not sooner.
All right, I appreciate you all.
Yeah, thank you. Brown. All right, so the court calls the People versus Jamil Brown's case number 220-454-8201. Matter is set for a probation review. Appearances, please, starting with the probation department.
Good morning, Your Honor. Derek Farmer on behalf of probation.
Thank you.
Good morning, Andrea Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, can you state your name one more time, please?
Yes, Jamil Brown.
All right, thank you. And Officer Farmer, do you have a report from probation as it relates to Mr. Brown?
1 second, Your Honor. Computer froze up. As far as Jamil Brown, it looked like he was placed on probation, Your Honor, in March. I don't have any attended appointments for the defendant as of today, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Roberts.
If I can just ask Officer Farmer if he's going to be the probation officer of record, because I think that Mr. Brown indicated that he had attempted to contact the probation department. He never got a call back. However, Mr. Brown does have a new number, which he got about 2 weeks ago. So we need to get that number to probation so that hopefully he can get on track. Mr. Brown is working, Your Honor. He's a roadside technician, he works 5 days a week. I know that this appears to be the first review, and I would like to see Mr. Brown succeed. So whatever steps I can take to get him in touch with the proper officer would be great.
All right, so I guess the question I have is at least the computer here reports that there should have been a report day on April 10th, 2023. And so you're saying that Mr. Brown didn't report on that day?
That's right. That's in the system as failure to appear.
Okay, so this is what the court's going to do at this point. we'll set the matter for, we'll continue this case to our discharge date, that being the 15th of March 2024. If there's anything that comes up in the meantime, certainly Officer Farmer will notify the court of any issues as it relates to Mr. Brown and his compliance to that point. If Mr. Brown has a new number and whatnot, I'm not going to hold the failure to appear at this point against him. However, what I am going to do at the conclusion of this record is put Mr. Brown and Officer Farmer in a breakout room so that probation does have correct contact information for Mr. Brown, and Mr. Brown has made contact with the probation department through Officer Farmer. And again, we'll continue this case to our discharge date. And if anything comes up in the meantime, then the parties will notify the court. Anything further on this record, Officer Farmer?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts?
Your Honor, I would ask that this be given non-public status, as it's my understanding he was sentenced under 769.4A.
Court does note that the plea agreement and the probation order should reflect MCL 7694A.
Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Brown and Officer Farmer, click join, and I will see you all in March, if not sooner. Thank you. Attorney Decker, is Shepherd yours, or is that Attorney Cole?
Let me look.
Let me see here as well. I have Attorney Cole listed here on the file. One second. Ms. Shepherd,
Okay, I will.
in a moment.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, Ms. Smith is scheduled for 9:45. Unfortunately, she thought it was tomorrow, but could be here within 35 minutes. Can she still come?
Depends upon what we have going. I know we do have a trial set, so if the trial's going, then we'll still be here. If not, everybody might be taking an early lunch, so that'll be that. Smith is that Attorney Cole's or is that?
No, it's Attorney Decker's.
Okay, well, we're here right now, so that's what that is.
Okay, thank you.
For Smith. Hold on a second.
All right, Mr. Brown, have a good day and be well.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. May I have your name, please?
Hello,
Yes, good morning. May I have your name, please?
JD Corelli.
I'm sorry, one more time.
J period D period Corelli. Birthday 1/25/1984.
All right, thank you.
Number 2022005113.
Could I
Thank
have a
you, sir.
breakout
We'll
room?
be with you in a
Mr. Crowe?
moment.
Thank you.
Mr. Corelli, click join. You should see that right about now. Did you hit join, sir?
Oh, all right.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the people versus Omar Pearson's case number 230-441-9101. This matter being set for trial on today. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution? Attorney Decker, are you there? Ready?
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, P85931 to the people.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chester Jeunesse, P83295, representing Mr. Omar Pearson, who's present and to my right. Mr. Pearson, will you please state your name for the record?
Omar Pearson. All right, thank you. And Mr. Prosecutor, sir, what is the people's pleasure in this case?
Your Honor, there is, from what I understand from talking to defense counsel, there is a 769 4A offer that's been accepted. That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so, Mr. Pearson, is that what you'd like to do on today? Accept the people's offer to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Will you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hand down, sir. You understand that you do have a right to a trial in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And today you are waiving or giving up your right to a trial by accepting the offer from the prosecution and pleading guilty in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're doing so voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently.
Yes, Your Honor.
No one has promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to do so.
No, Your Honor.
You're doing so on your own free will.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that once the court accepts your guilty plea, that there will be no trial of any kind in this case. You understand that by offering this court a guilty plea, you are waiving or giving up your right to have the people prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty at trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're waiving or giving up your right to cross-examine any witnesses and or review any evidence that the people would put forth in support of their case at trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're waiving your right to have witnesses testify on your behalf.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're waiving your right to remain silent and not have that silence be used against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're offering this court a guilty plea on today with the understanding that a conviction for the crime of domestic violence does carry up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine.
Sure.
Speak up, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're offering this court a guilty plea on today nonetheless.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're pleading guilty today because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
So as to count one, domestic violence, how do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Factual basis, counsel?
Your Honor, I don't have the.
Well, Attorney Decker, do you have it?
I have to go.
Well, the court will do it then. How about
Yes,
that?
that's fine.
So, Mr. Pearson, the court has a couple questions for you. So back on April 27, 2022, did you come into contact with an individual named Storm Holmes?
Yes, Your Honor.
And who was that individual to you?
My son's mother.
All right. And did you encounter that person in the area of Whitedale Street in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that date, time, and location in that encounter with that individual, did you make physical contact with that individual?
Yes, Your Honor.
And was that contact with Ms. Holmes against her will? Did you push her, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is also satisfied with accepting guilty plea in this matter. Guilty plea offers to count one domestic violence. That I believe this is part of the record, but just to clarify, the people's offers to dismiss count 2, malicious destruction of personal property, and count 3, breaking and entering.
That's correct.
Okay, so those will be dismissed at sentencing. We'll set a sentencing date approximately 6 weeks from today. Today being 30th. Let me see how to pull up my calendar. Actually, Officer Prince, could you flip that calendar up for me? How does July 18th work for you, Attorney?
Okay.
It'll be at 10 a.m.
I got 2 calendar conferences at Frank Murphy, but I should be able to make it.
It'll be via Zoom.
Oh, okay, okay, perfect.
So we'll set sentencing for $10 on July 18, 2023. That'll be at on Zoom. Court is ordering a pre-sentence interview and a substance abuse evaluation to be conducted prior to that day. What's a good phone number for you, Mr. Pearson?
313-398-66.
Sir. You gotta go.
313-398-4166.
4166. Okay, sir. We have that. You need to reach out to the probation department. They'll be reaching out to you, but you need to make an appointment for your PSI and move forward with sentencing on the 18th of July at 10 a.m. Anything further for the people?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Pearson. We'll see you in July, if not sooner. You have a good day and be well, sir. You too. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Counsel.
You can wait in the hallway.
Paperwork?
Yeah, paperwork. Yeah.
A couple other people on Zoom. What you have?
I think that is the only.
Good morning. May I have your name, please?
Your Honor.
Good morning. May I have your name, please?
Steven Spears.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Steven Spears.
All right, one moment.
Your Honor, I need to break out with him too, but since they resolved their trial, can Ms. Smith appear tomorrow? I don't want to have the court waiting for her to.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, you got McKinley out there. McKinley.
Your Honor, I'm ready on Janae Shepherd whenever you have a moment.
All right, thank you, Counsel. I don't have Ms. Shepherd on any longer. So what we'll do is this, the court will call the people versus Janae Shepherd's case number 230-443-1601 matters before this court today for a final pretrial conference. Appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brandon Carano representing Janae Shepherd, who is not present, but was present earlier via Zoom. But she at 11 o'clock had a parenting conference with CPS that she had to attend, but she was in here a little bit ago. And I'm asking the court now to waive her presence, if that's okay.
Any objection?
No.
All right, court will waive the defendant's present. What's your pleasure at this time, Attorney Carano?
So, Your Honor, I got this case not too long ago. I'm asking for another pretrial because all I have so far is the register of actions. I have no other discovery. I I emailed Miss Paula Cole. I thought she was the prosecutor. I'm not sure that maybe Mr. Decker is taking the case right now. Am I
The counsel of record is still Attorney Cole. We just haven't been able to get a hold of her, and Attorney Decker is doing us a solid by standing in.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Decker. I appreciate that. But I haven't been able to get any discovery from her, and she just doesn't seem to be in the lobby right now to talk to her. But I feel like I have to schedule another pretrial, Your Honor, just to get that discovery.
Okay, this is what we'll do then. We'll give it a couple weeks. So let's say the 13th of June. Does that work for you, Attorney Corona?
Can we do it the following week, Your Honor?
Sure, we can make it the 20th.
Will the 19th suffice? Because I have two hearings on the 20th or the 21st.
The 19th is Juneteenth. I don't think that we're open on Juneteenth.
What about the 21st?
Well, I'll put it on the 21st.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so June 21st, and we'll come back at 9:45 a.m. on this. All right, and I'll put that, certainly that discovery needs to be provided.
And if I may, Your Honor, Attorney Corona, what do you have as far as discovery?
Just a register of actions.
That's nothing. So
Yeah.
all right, I'll look into it.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Decker, do you have an email by chance?
Yeah, E. Decker at Wayne County.
Okay, thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Yeah, thank you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say, 8:30?
She ain't say, she just said tomorrow.
We'll make sure you're on time.
Okay.
Attorney Roberts, you ready on Spears?
Yes, but I told him to log back in via Zoom, Your Honor, so he should be joining us via Zoom.
Oh, okay.
But I'm ready on Mr. Grady. I know it's for a review, but I think he's actually been sent, so I was gonna ask to re-refer him.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Grady is docketed as a review, but I don't think he's actually been sentenced. So I am ready on that if the court would wish to refer him.
Attorney Roberts, why wouldn't we just sentence him to today?
Whatever the court wishes to do, Your Honor, I would just be making my argument.
Okay.
I just wanted you to be aware, I don't think it's an actual review date.
Yeah, I see this. I see this here now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I have Mr. McKinley in the hallway. We're ready on his as well.
All right, let's do McKinley, and then I do have probation coming for Grady, at least to their efforts to make contact.
Can you just stand right behind this chair? That one on the top is a later date.
All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls People versus Robondo McKinney, rather. Case number 220-453-4801. Matter is docketed for sentencing on today. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution.
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Decker, PA 5931 for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Amber Roberts appearing on behalf of Mr. McKinley, and can you state your name, please?
Lavonda McKinley.
One more time, a lot louder for me.
Lavonda McKinley.
All right, thank you. Today is the date time set for sentencing in this matter. The parties have received and reviewed the pre-sentence investigation report. Have you got that? I know that, at least here, is that it was sent to Attorney Solari, so I don't know if you got that there.
Probably not.
You can write it. Do you want?
Thanks. All right, while he does that, Attorney Roberts, you have received and reviewed the PSI.
Yes.
Additions, corrections, or deletions that the court need to make note of?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I see no.
Okay, anything from the people prior to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts?
Your Honor, I would just note to the court that there was a plea agreement in this case for MCL 769.4A, so we are asking the court to adopt that at this time. In addition, Your Honor, I just want to bring to the court's attention the what's listed in the prior criminal history section for Mr. McKinley on page 1. Mr. McKinley informed me that he was unaware of these charges. He said he never went to court on these matters. He had issues at background check previously, didn't know really what it was, what the issue was with that background check. So now he's sort of finding out that these are listed, but it does say disposition unknown. So at this point, Your Honor, we just want the court to be aware that Mr. McKinley is just sort of being made aware of any of this history that's being presented on page 1. We would be hopeful that Your Honor would give him probation as recommended by the probation department under MCL 769.4.
Thank you. Attorney Roberts, Mr. McKinley, is there anything that you would like to say on your own behalf for the court?
No, sir.
Sir?
No, sir.
All right, so this is what the court's going to do. The court is going to adopt the recommendation from the probation department. The court is going to place you on probation, sir. That for a period of 12 months, and the court is ordering that you complete 12 weeks of the batters program and have no contact with complaining witness in this matter. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
The court is also ordering that you not use or possess any illegal substance, and that includes marijuana unless you have a valid medical marijuana card. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Court is further ordering that you abstain from consuming any alcohol while you're on probation. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And as such, the court is going to order random alcohol and drug urinalysis. In the event that you test negative for any and all prohibited substance for a further 2 months, the court will likely remove urinalysis testing as a condition of probation. However, if you test positive for any prohibited substance, the court is going to order you outpatient treatment. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right, first, court's further ordering that you not use or possess any handguns or firearms while you're on probation. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Further, the court is ordering that you complete 10 days of community service instead of any fines and costs. However, the court must assess a $75 crime victim rights fee, probation oversight at $20 per month for an additional $240. The court notes there is the $100 substance abuse assessment fee that must be paid. That total is $415 to be paid through the probation term. Of course, going to set a review date in this case, that for October. That will be October the October the 30th, and we'll make it October 31st. Let's make it Halloween. And that'll be at 10 a.m. That will be via Zoom, and we'll be checking in as to your progress on probation at that date. Court is entering this probation order under NCL 76948. This means, sir, that if you successfully complete the terms and conditions of probation as outlined today, that this matter will be dismissed at the conclusion of the probationary term. So that is an advantage to you to have this matter now on your record and to have this case actually non-public and dismissed. However, this court will caution that if you don't take advantage of said opportunity, chances are that the deferral of guilt in this matter, that means the case not being on your record, will go away, and you will also go away to the Wayne County Jail for a few months. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. That is the court sentence in this matter. Again, the review date is on the 31st of October at 10 a.m. via Zoom. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts?
Your Honor, what did you order as it relates to contact? No contact?
No contact.
I would just note that the probation department did check a box for other indicating communication regarding child. I don't know the people's stance on that, but I would ask the court to consider entertaining that.
You have a response?
It seems like in these kinds of situations for custody matters, it's always best to have an intermediary. I always like exchanges at these stations and things like that.
Right. Is there a custody order between you and the complainant?
No, we shared custody, but only time I get my daughters, I pick them up from school on Fridays. I drop them off from school Monday mornings.
All right, so we'll continue with that. Of course, still ordering no contact, and we'll, if that issue comes up, knock on wood that it won't. We'll see what's what then.
Thank you.
All right, sir. You have a good day and be well. All right, Officer Thomas, you can hear me?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you. Let us go on the record. The court calls the people versus Quintel Maurice Grady. It's case number 220-451-6501. The matter is docketed for a review, but is been brought to the court's attention that Mr. Grady has yet to be sentenced in this particular matter. But before we get to all of that, may I have your appearances, please, starting with probation?
Joseph Thomas on behalf of the probation department, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Anna Roberts, appearing on behalf of Mr. Grady. Mr. Grady, can you unmute the device that you're on and state your name for the record?
Quintel Maurice Grady, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And is there a report from probation as it relates to this matter, particularly to probation's efforts to to have a PSI completed for Mr. Grady so we can move along with sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor. Return referral was submitted back on December 22nd of 2022. We had attempted to mail to his listed address in JIS several letters. We had a phone number that the last time I called it on December 5th was no longer in service. So on December 22nd, I had submitted a return referral stating I could not get a hold of the defendant. He was not in custody at that time.
Okay, Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Grady has not been sentenced at this time. It is also my understanding that there was a plea agreement in the case for Mr. Grady to have pled, which I believe he availed himself to, domestic violence, with the understanding that malicious destruction count will be dismissed and restitution to be determined. I believe that also included, if I'm not mistaken, that this was to be concurrent. Well, actually, it wasn't in the plea agreement, but I think that people may have been possibly amenable with it to run concurrent to a Frank Murphy case. That being 17009215015. I have to further discuss that with the people, but I'm reviewing that in my notes. I don't see it in the plea agreement, however. So at this point, Your Honor, I would respectfully ask that the court consider re-referring Mr. Grady for an additional pre-sentence report. He indicates that there was a mix-up, but I believe after speaking with Mr. Grady, he's indicated he won't miss anymore. So I would ask that you consider doing that at this time.
All right, thank you. Officer Thomas, is there a recommendation from the probation department as it relates to this matter?
Well, as long as the defendant is going to have accurate contact info supplied to my department, then I'm content to attempt pre-sentence investigation procedure with Mr. Grady again.
All right, so then what we'll do is this, we'll take a last stab at that. And let's say we come back for sentencing on the 13th at 10 a.m., 13th of June. I'm sorry, not the 13th of June. The 11th of July, I'm sorry, at 10 a.m. That'll be in person here at 36th District Court, 421 Madison, Detroit, Michigan, 48226 in courtroom 338. Court will sign a re-referral for Mr. Grady to have a PSI completed so that we can move forward with sentencing in the best way possible. Any event that we're able to do so, great. If not, then the court will make other arrangements. Anything further on the record from probation?
No, Your Honor.
Attorney Roberts?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Grady, I'm going to put you and Officer Thomas in a breakout room so that you all can have a conversation, exchange any and all pertinent contact information so that we're able to move forward in the best way possible in July with sentencing. So Mr. Grady, click join. That's everybody I have.
We lost Mr. Spears.
Never joined that.
Okay.
All right, so is there anything else from anyone?
Your Honor, I know Mr. Curley was on and left, and then when we were leaving the breakout room, he left. I tried to get him back on, and I'm not sure what happened. So if I can get back in contact with Mr. Curley, Mr. Spears, is there a date that they may be able to present themselves?
June 2nd.
Thank you.
All right, that's that, Madam Court Reporter. Thank you. Have a good day.